A quick update on information on day 10. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but day 10 is still a liquid diet for me. And I called the nurse of the doctor that did the TIF procedure and asked her about transitioning to the soft food diet faster. And she said, if you feel up to it, and there wasn't objective scientific method of moving forward, that if you feel this, or it was just, it's apparently on how you feel or what the doctors say. So she essentially said, yeah, if you feel like you're ready, and yeah, let's do it, and okay, great. And that was day 9. I did try some eggs, and I really was trying to be mindful of getting it very small pieces and stuff like that, so it almost looked like after I cooked the egg, it was just really one egg, because I had like a quarter of a cup of an egg and a quarter of a cup of protein shake. But the quarter of a cup of an egg didn't look like that much, but I didn't finish it all. But it was essentially ground up like ground beef would look, if you're making ground beef for tacos, something like that. It was really, really fine, not no large pieces and stuff like that. But I was nervous. It was 5 days ahead of time, and but I tried it, and I didn't. Is it mental that I was having trouble getting it down? Maybe, I don't know. Or was it physical? Was it I'm too early? 6 days or so earlier than I'm supposed to. The soft food diet is supposed to start on day 15, which is the same day I go to the doctor on August the 4th, Wednesday, August the 4th. The hiatal hernia doctor. But anyway, I talked to the one nurse from the TIF. She said, go ahead. And coincidentally, I called the hiatal hernia doctor yesterday, and pretty much posed the same questions over a voicemail. They didn't call me back till today. They just called me, and the nurse said that the doctor wants you to remain on the soft food diet until he sees you next week. Make sure you're healing and so on. There's no swelling and so on and so on and so forth. So that's one of the most frustrating parts for me, is that the diet guides, plural, more than one, are contradictory. They're similar, but they're contradictory. The discharge paperwork is contradictory in terms of what you can lift and all that stuff. The nurses from one doctor to the other are contradictory. It's frustrating. So I can't get them on the phone at the same time, and I just don't feel like, I guess, arguing about with the nurses, about, well, Dr. So-and-so's nurse said this, and then, well, actually, it's one of those, whatever. If I have to be on the liquid diet for a little bit longer, again, today's day 10, theoretically day 15, I can have some more of that stuff, soft eggs, cottage cheese, and ground meats, ground turkey, ground fish, something lean. I assume I could have lean ground beef. It was really lean. I don't know why that'd be a problem. So a lean ground sausage or turkey sausage, I would assume, too. Oatmeal. So getting more into real food instead of just liquid. Of course, on day 15, but in today's day 10. So still have a ways to go. It's Friday and that's Wednesday, so I have another couple days. But even though I tried the eggs, they told me lay off, so I will. But it's frustrating that I can't get consistent information. So as I'm going through it, when I talk to the doctor, I don't know if I need to call the nurse again and deal with anything. But that's the most frustrating part, is the consistency with messaging, and what can you eat, what can't you eat, and then when can you transition. The TIF doctors and nurses had told me, the nurses essentially had told me I could progress further forward faster to like the soft food diet if I felt up to it. And like I said yesterday, the nurse specifically told me that. But now another doctor says, no, hold off and liquid diet. And I didn't tell him that I had eggs already, but I only had maybe like I don't know, a half of a fourth, or maybe it was call it an eighth of a cup, 1-8, 1/8 of a cup. Maybe that's what it was. Like I said, I couldn't finish it. My stomach was really, I felt bloated faster. I felt full faster, I guess to be expected, even though it was a very small amount. My stomach they said, in the book, your stomach can only handle a small amount of food. So maybe I'm just not ready yet. And I didn't finish the whole thing because I just felt full, and I was also nervous. And again, is it anxiety and all mental, or is it physical? Did my stomach just feel full? I kind of noticed some things here and there, with my chest, but again, is that anxiety? My wife's saying it's anxiety, it's not the diet, and so on. But I guess irrelevant at this point now. I have to wait until I go see the doctor. At least this doctor's recommending I wait to see him until I go to transition to a different diet. So he did tell me I could add an additional protein shake. Excuse me. But additional protein shake, again, the book says 1/4 of a cup per meal. So to me, I think if I can tolerate it. So because again, I'm losing about a pound a day, give or take, maybe a little bit more. I've lost 10 pounds since the surgery. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I'm trying to guess. So a pound a day, 10 pounds in 10 days. So if I can have another protein shake here or there, or just even 1/4 of a cup in between meals, hey, I'll do it. Or again, if can I have more? Can I have a little bit more? I'm gonna try, because it's not specific enough from the diet guide. I mean, you look at it and you're like, wow, this thing is so detailed, but it really ends up not being. Can you have another one if you're hungry? What happens if you have a symptom? Where you feel like you're too full, or it was hard to swallow. Your stomach was so bloated you just can't take it, and you wish you could pop it like a balloon. They don't tell you that, So, and I've called quite a bit with certain questions. Well, I had not quite. I called it before the surgery just to make sure I understood the homework, essentially. But I haven't called a ton after. But I have, when I've had a question and something like that, I've called and asked about progressing forward. And again, I get, hopefully you maybe are just doing a TIF, or you're just doing a hiatal hernia repair, because it's frustrating because you get different answers. Like I said, inconsistencies. That's the biggest problem right now. So anyway, call and ask. That's just me. I don't want to be a bother, but also if I have questions, I probably should ask, of course. So, and they also told me to drink more water too. So, because I feel like I'm drinking enough water, but then, compared to what I used to drink before surgery, I don't drink any water. Because I used to drink a ton of water. It wouldn't surprise me if I had anywhere between 60 to 100 ounces of water a day. Water, soda pop, juice, whatever I would drink. And now I just drink water and Pedialyte, vitamin waters, stuff like that right now. I'm not going the route of any other beverages. It's really not on the diet list, diet guide either. So anyway, that's just a quick update on the diet. That's the only reason I'm doing this video, because otherwise I'm okay. I still have some issues here and there with some chest pain, and I felt like a stretching in the stomach, like I think I mentioned before. But it seems to go. I just be careful, because it is a pretty, it's like they say in the pamphlets with TIF, it's not a major surgery, but you still got to use caution, follow the diet guide. People can go back to work 3 to 7 days. I've talked about that. In my opinion, that's nonsense. I go back to work on Monday, and I'm hoping I have the energy to go back on Monday, because that's the thing. I drove, and then went into the grocery store just for 1 or 2 items, and get back. I'm like, man, I'm exhausted. I go to Lowe's, because before the surgery I was doing home improvement projects, and I figure, hey, I can change the doorknob. I'm going to change the doorknob on my bedroom door, whatever, the color, and I can go there and return some hinges that I don't need anymore, and then get a new doorknob. And I barely get to Lowe's, and I'm like, I'm tired. I am so tired. Before I even walked in, it was just the driving, and I was talking to my brother on a video chat during the drive, and I think that, as I mentioned before, talking wipes me out. And again, maybe the diaphragm, because it was sewn back in and to hold my stomach down where it's supposed to. Is that part of it? Am I not breathing properly? Taking breaths? Am I talking too fast? I've been told I do that. I don't know. In any case, other issues are fine for the most part. I really don't have any of acid reflux types of symptoms other than the gas. And I think that's related maybe to chest pain and the gas bloat. The gas gets trapped. He did tell me to take a gas X. It didn't specify because that's a chewable. At least I don't think there's a liquid form. Mylanta has some methicone or whatever it's called, the gas X related medication inside of it, but apparently the gas X does a better job. So what he said. So he said to have a chewable, and that's what's again contradictory. I thought I wasn't supposed to have anything that wasn't liquid, but I guess gas X dissolves, but I'm not supposed to have any liquid. But excuse me, anything that you chew, but then I'm chewing a gas X. So anyway, the inconsistency is just frustrating, and the book should say take gas X or something like this, or specifically 100 milligrams of simethicone or whatever the proper dosage is, instead of just leaving it up to you. Diet Guy doesn't mention taking prune juice for constipation, and I can't stomach it. Even watered down, it's disgusting. So it's hard. But anyway, that's to be worked out. And water as much as you can for hydration. Of course, that'll help. Electrolyte beverages and stuff like that, I suppose, as well. Anyway, the soft food diet has to wait, I guess. So, but I get to that. I'll start more videos if I don't, again, just do a random one here or there, just because, what is it like for me, and again, I'm curious. I would have seen videos like this in the past, that when I get to the soft food diet, I had this and this and that and this and that, and I will try to be specific. I'm planning on having what the diet guide tells me: eggs, scrambled eggs, and small. They said don't have a large bolus of food, so small pieces, very small. Maybe it's the size of a peanut, maybe a little bit larger, maybe a walnut, or not walnut, an almond, small. That might be too big, but I'm gonna try that and see how it feels, what it's like, and then same thing with ground turkey, ground fish, cottage cheese, and that's like a bolus. I don't like the large boluses or clumps, pieces of cottage cheese anyway. I like it when it's smaller. So that's what the size and consistency I'm going to go for. But how does it feel? What are you supposed to feel? Is it supposed to feel okay? If you struggle, should you stop? Did you go back to the liquid diet? Those are the things they don't tell you. And again, some people are just going to go with the flow. They're going to figure it out. If they have trouble, they'll call the doctor or the nurse. I'm not like that. I want to know ahead of time. I'm very detail oriented. I need to know. I want to know. So I'm not making a mistake and causing damage. You swallow one large bolus of food, and does that rip something? Did I tear something in terms of the TIF? Is it the hiatal hernia that I did damage to? I don't know. I mean, they say don't cough, retch, strain. So shouldn't I be careful? It's just one of those things. I wish they would have given me a dietitian. I could have asked. I forgot about that. But could have asked a dietitian those kinds of questions, because I don't think the nurses know, to be honest with you. So that might be something to look at. And in my discharge paperwork, it talked about a dietitian, but I wasn't assigned one. Now, maybe I should have asked, but I'm just trying to return back to some normalcy. And it's only 10 days, and it feels like it's been short, but it also feels like it's been six months. It's like I just want to eat some regular food, and I want to have my energy back. I want to be able to go to work. I want to be able to go for a walk with my family. My wife and daughter went to Target, and they were just to be able to walk around with them. And I don't know that I have the energy. I didn't go because I don't know that I'm gonna have to go back to the bench and find a bench and sit on it or something like that, which shouldn't be a problem. But if I feel nauseous or something like that because I'm just too out of energy, or I got dizzy, or something like that, I just don't want to deal with that. So I stayed home. But it's frustrating because when they mentioned 3 to 7 days back to work. And I just don't see how that's possible for what I had done. And again, I'm healthy. I exercise, I eat right, I do all that stuff. The only reason I had the surgery is so I could get back to some normalcy and not have the risk of esophageal cancer and all the other things. And symptoms should be, relatively gone. Even if I have a little bit of a water brash or, I have a burping problem. I've always had a burping problem. This is worse than what I had before, though. This kind of burping problem is even worse than before. At least I get them up. But now I can't even get them up. So maybe I have to chew Gas-X every day. It's just like a general medication I have to start taking every single day to the maximum dosage or whatever. So we'll find out. I'll ask the doctor that when I go see him. Sorry, guys, this turned into a long one and not that long, but relatively long. But again, I'm trying to share my experiences and my thoughts, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, and what the doctors are telling me, and my frustrations and stuff like that. And I'm going to get more information, but right now, that's what they tell me. Um, so, um, it's frustrating because I wanted to start some eggs, but I wasn't, comfortable because it was still early, even though she said it was okay. Maybe it worked out for a reason, maybe because I was like, oh, maybe I'll have eggs for, a snack or a later lunch for me anyway. Here it's almost 1:15, excuse me. But now I better not. So 4 more days of including today, I guess 5 more days of this diet. And then again, assuming on Wednesday he says, yeah, you're doing good, move to the soft diet, then for lunch I could come home and have some eggs or ground turkey or something like that. So, but just tired and the exhaustion. I haven't been as tired talking during this video as I have in other ones at points, but that's good, I guess. But need some more water. I'm getting thirsty, and I'm sipping on liquid, but just not enough. Maybe, I don't know. Also have a supplement in there. The other TIF nurse told me to take, or I could resume taking, but whether or not that's appropriate or not for the other doctor, I don't know. Again, misinformation. I don't want to call this doctor and that other doctor like, this doctor said I could take it. What do you guys think? Frustrating. Wish I had one source to go towards. That's the frustrating part for me. So hopefully maybe your doctor does the TIF and the hiatal hernia repair. I don't know. That's just how it worked for me. I had to have 2 of them. So one couldn't do the other couldn't do the one. However, whatever, at least I'm done with that part of it. So I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's the frustrating part for me. The gas is, and I feel it coming on again. I'll go take Gas-X here and keep you posted. Again, I don't know if I'll get another video before day 15. It probably won't be till day 15 because I go to the doctor on day 15. And also, theoretically, he releases me. I can have a soft food diet, start having what I just talked about. So I probably won't do another video till then. But here's another update just in case you're curious what's going on and how it works for me.